Yo, yo, yo. Hey, what's going on, guys? GMosser here, but you can just call me Garrett. And welcome to episode 2 of the GMosser podcast. Today, I have something I would like to talk about. So, maybe you can relate to this, but there is. Do you feel like you're a positive person? Or you're trying to be a positive person? You're trying to do positive things with your life and trying to make the most out of it all, and you try to focus on the good instead of the bad. Well, if so, you're just like me. And maybe you run into problems where negative people just rise from the pits of hell and they just ruin your mood. They ruin, like, you feel like they just come out of nowhere. Like, for example, I was live streaming on my other YouTube channel. I was live streaming a fun game called Castle Crashers. Maybe you've heard of it. And someone just comes out of the blue and is like, why do you have 18,000 subscribers, but you struggle to get even 1,000 viewers? Just curious. And then they just try to sugarcoat it. Like, they just come out of nowhere and just be negative, and I straight up just told them, hey, if you just came here to be negative, if you just came here to bring negativity to my chat, find another live stream. I don't tolerate that here. Or maybe there's a day where you're in a good mood, and then someone's just like, oh, sorry to kill the mood, but you gotta do this. Sorry to kill the mood. You gotta pay $450. Ugh. So yeah, I've been dealing with that quite a bit recently, and dude, I've even stopped hanging out with friends because they were just so negative about literally everything. And as someone who wants to be a positive person, as someone who doesn't want to be an angry, unhappy, negative person, hanging around negative people is the worst thing for you. And it sucks because sometimes those negative people might be your friends, your family. It's a tough thing. And I've dealt with that, especially over the last year or so. And yeah, like, we need more positivity in the world, you know? Like, that's one reason why I uninstalled and why I'm no longer on social media. I'm only on, like, YouTube and stuff. It's because there's so much negativity, and it's like, even if there are bitter pills to swallow, I don't need to be reminded of them, like, every single day, you know? And yeah, the world is messed up, people are messed up, people suck. And everybody's angry, everybody argues about stupid stuff. The world just seems like one big mess. And maybe you can relate to feeling like this, but yeah, I'm just tired of all the negativity, dude. That's why I don't get involved in drama. That's why I don't get involved in, stuff like that. So yeah, maybe you can relate. Maybe you can relate. Um, yeah, I just like it's funny. Like, I just relate to less and less people as my life goes on. And I swear, it feels like whenever I'm happy, everyone is miserable. Whenever I'm miserable, everyone is happy. Like, it reminds me of a SpongeBob quote, or specifically a Squidward quote, where Squidward is like, why is it every time I'm having fun, it's wrong? Like, I have definitely been relating to that quote, especially as of recently. But yeah, you know what? We just gotta rise above it, man. Focus on the positive and stay away from the negative. Even if you hear about the negative, even if you hear about bad things happening, it's kind of just the way it is, you know? And we can't really control the world. We can't fix all the problems that are going on in the world. And trust me, I would if I could, but unfortunately it's just the way it is. But that's why we just gotta focus on the positive. Even if we have 1,000 reasons, even if we have 1,000 reasons to feel negative, focus on one reason. Even if you have one reason to stay positive, focus on that. Even if you have 1,000, even if you have 1,000,000,000 things weighing you down, focus on that one thing bringing you up. Like, for example, I feel like I have 1,000 things weighing on me, but I have my dreams and I have my goals that are bringing me up. And I focus on that. And say you're holding a balloon. And say it's taking you up into the sky, up to where you want to go. But then you look down and you have like one of those like weighted chains, like maybe that thing attached to a boat that you drop in the ocean. Like say you got a bunch of chains with like some very heavy weight. It doesn't matter. Just look up in the sky, look at that balloon, and you will keep going up. And don't look down at the weights, otherwise you'll go down. I try to focus on the positive. I'm not gonna lie though, it is hard when everyone is so negative and when people are just so miserable and just broken. Just bad people, just negative, just miserable, and like it's like people they're not even trying. And they just don't care. It's like people enjoy being negative. And I'm at a point in life where I don't care who I have to cut off. If you're making my life miserable, if you're a bad addition to my life, I'm gonna have to cut you loose. Sorry. Sorry, buddy. Goodbye, sorry. But yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. We gotta try to be positive. Even if we're going through hard times, we gotta focus on the positive because it is there. Like, I have bad things that happen to me that are kind of sad, but I focus on the positive. Like, for example, I have autism, and if I didn't have it, I would not have gone through as much hell as I did when I was younger. But on the bright side, I would not have met lifelong friends who make life better. I was hanging with my best friend the other day. Had the greatest laugh ever of my entire life. Like, have you ever laughed so hard that you felt like you were gonna throw up? Like, it was like that kind of laughter. Like, it was awesome. It was funny. Maybe I'll tell the joke later on, but yeah, man, find someone. If you have one person like that, one person who makes life better, hold on to them. Hold on to them, dude. Don't ever give up on them. Make time for people like that. Prioritize people who are positive and who, even if they're going through a hard time, even if they're sad about something, like, that's okay. But as long as they're like trying to get through it and trying to focus on the positive, even if it's hard, Hang on to people like that, man. But yeah. So yeah, I just wanted to get that off my chest. People need to stop being so negative. I know it's much easier. I know it's much easier said than done. That's that's definitely true, but at least try. Cause like there are so many just negative, miserable people in the world. And I'll speak for myself and say that I don't want to be one of them. I want to be a positive person. I want to do positive things with my life. I want to I want to make a good difference where I can. Even if it's not worldwide, that's okay. Even even if it's just making one person's day better. That's awesome. But yeah, just gotta not focus on the negativity, distance yourself from negative people, and just distance yourself from people who are angry, miserable, and who are not even trying to change, who are not even trying to be positive. And it doesn't matter whether they're your friends or family. You gotta get rid of them. You gotta get them out of your life. You gotta keep your distance away from them. But yeah, I guess at the end of the day, my message is try to be more positive. Try to focus on try to focus on the good instead of the bad, even if it's hard to see. It's there, one way or another. So yeah, I guess that's the quote of the day. Be more positive. Or try your best. Even if it's hard. Because it's like if everything was easy, would anything really be worth doing? Anyways, yeah, just want to get that off my chest. Just want to talk about that. Try to be more positive, folks. I will do that, and I highly recommend for you to do that. And try your best to be positive. Stay away from negative people, environments. Maybe not be on social media as much. I uninstalled social media. I only ever go on it if I'm trying to learn something. But yeah, keep away from the negative. Keep away from the negative things and people in life. And I guarantee you will see yourself become a much more happy individual. And I'm working on that too. I'm doing the same thing. Anywho, monsters, that's about it. Just wanted to talk about that. That's about it. That's it. Anywho, monsters, I suppose I better close the show down here. Thank you all so much for watching. I'm GMosser. Feel free to leave a like and subscribe if you want to, of course. Thank you so much for 19 subscribers on the podcast. Hope we can break 20 someday soon. And until next time, monsters, good night, and thanks for watching.